In this video, I'll be getting Modern Warfare 2's Platinum Trophy as it's considered the best, if not one of the best COD games of all time. But then there's me, with no Call of Duty experience and no clue of what I'm getting myself into. So can I Platinum Modern Warfare 2? Let's find out. So the game starts out with a bit of a tutorial because as you can see, I can't even hit a basic target. But then I saw these guys playing basketball and I knew I had to join in, which I low-key cooked in.
Stop the cap.
Anyways, I kept going further into the mission when I reached the pit, which is basically a mini game to test your skills. Once I completed it, I received a time of 46 seconds. And by the way, I was gonna need to complete the pit in under 19.7 seconds for the student surpasses the master trophy. But I just swept it under the rug, pretending like it never existed, and chose to play the story on veteran difficulty. So that brings me to the first step of the Platinum Trophy, completing the story on veteran difficulty. Once the mission ended, I got my first trophy. Back in the saddle, help train the local militia, my first trophy. Instantly, I knew playing the game on veteran was not going to be an easy task, shown in this clip where I literally died in like a second. Holy shit! I was making it further and further into the mission, literally taking down a whole city as I went, and eventually making it all the way to General Shepard at the end of the mission. Danger close. Get handpicked for Shepard's elite squad. And first day of school. In our next mission, we raid a secret military base, but first we had to literally climb Mount Everest. I don't know about y'all, but this stuff is not easy. But right as we finished our objective, we got caught, which meant we had to escape by snowmobile. Once we finished the mission, we got another 2 trophies. Cold Shoulder, infiltrate the snowy mountainside base. And Black Diamond, complete cliffhanger on veteran difficulty. A few missions later, I got to the mission Takedown, which little did I know was the hardest mission in the game, as there's literally people spawn camping you. At this point, I was stuck on the first checkpoint for over 10 minutes, and I was able to receive the 2 birds with 1 stone trophy for killing 2 enemies with 1 bullet. The thing about veteran difficulty is that you have to play slow and always be behind cover. But in this level, it's quite the opposite, as I just bolted and ran for my life, and this happened. So close to the checkpoint, only a few more seconds and I would have done it. A few checkpoints later, I got to another checkpoint, which I thought was literally impossible. Like, where the fuck am I supposed to go? I kept dying so much that I just completely stopped talking and decided to lock in. And it paid off.
You're the last one. Complete the mission.
I've got you in my sights.
Tag 'em and bag 'em. In this next mission, we basically take over Burger King. I'm only talking about this mission because I just wanted to show this footage of me cooking with the sniper. I wish it was a trophy for like no-scoping someone. Like, I would have definitely kept that trophy for last because if you didn't know, Prime Semi-Platinums was a different beast.
Probably get a better angle.
At this point, I'm already at 10 trophies in under 4 hours into the game. I don't know what it is about this game, but they're literally handing out trophies like they're nothing. Maybe I'm just traumatized from Super Meat Boy when I would literally play for 6 hours straight and not get a single trophy. Anyways, for the trophy Colonel Sanderson, we need to kill 7 trophies in under 10 seconds. I don't know how these devs came up with some of these trophies, like what is this? During the mission The Gulag, we rescue Captain Price from a max security prison. Captain Price ends up becoming our companion and our best friend in the final mission of the game, and you won't believe what happens. We narrowly escape the Gulag with one of the most cinematic cutscenes in the game. Soap on a rope, storm the Gulag. In the next mission of their own accord, I found my first of 45 collectibles, which I'm honestly surprised I haven't found yet, considering I'm over 5 hours into the story. Eventually, I'll have to be collecting all of these, so don't worry, I'll be coming back to this. So far, I would say the story has not been bad, but it's also not been the best, considering MW2 is known for being one of the best COD games of all time. But it was in the mission Loose Ends when the story really started to spice up. During this mission, General Shepard sends us to a safe house at the Russian border in the hopes to find Makarov, who is the most wanted man in the world. Unfortunately, we didn't find Makarov, but we did find his computer, which may have data on where he is. So we quickly scoop up all the data from his computer. Now we just have to try to get out of here, but for some reason we literally have the entire Russian army on us. Eventually we make it all the way to the chopper where General Shepard was waiting for us.
Good. That's
Got
one
it.
less loose end.
What the What is he doing, bro?
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Basically, he betrays us, so now our enemy is no longer Makarov, but is now General Shepard. Makarov is more like our ally now. Now we're in the second last mission of the game, and we're sneaking our way into General Shepard's base with Captain Price. Remember when I said Captain Price was going to be a major part in the ending of the game? Anyways, we do actually end up getting caught, like who would have thought? A bit later, we get into this cave, and I don't know if it's just me, but I literally can't see anything. Maybe I just turned off my monitor that day, I don't know. Eventually, we do find Captain Shepard, and he starts getting away from us by boat. But coincidentally, there's an extra boat parked right in front of us. About 60 seconds later, I got to this area where there are choppers and boats attacking us. The issue with this level is that due to us being in the open, we're completely vulnerable to everything. I swear this checkpoint was just luck. The time I actually did beat it, I did nothing different from the other times. Like the enemies just missed their shots. So I was stuck on the first checkpoint for over 10 minutes, which was honestly pretty annoying because I'm so close to beating the game. However, right before we were about to catch him, he drove his boat into a helicopter that left us to fall all the way down the waterfall. Thankfully, we wake up and find out that Captain Price's helicopter did not make it. So we head over to the crash site and find Captain Shepard, who is running like a coward. When he finally slows down, it looks like we're gonna be able to get him, but he just pulls out some taekwondo moves. He's about to finish us for a final time, but out of nowhere, Captain Price comes in and starts fighting Shepard. We almost crawl over to his gun, but Captain Shepard is able to stop us. Captain Shepard low-key started whipping Captain Price. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I respect Captain Price, but he's low-key kind of trash. In our last hopes, we pull out a knife from our body, and Captain Shepard, thinking he won the battle, this happens. No, we're gonna throw it at him. Yeah, I don't know if he could survive that.
Bro, you gotta go bald at that point, brother.
For the record, complete the single player campaign on any difficulty. Off the grid, complete just like old times, and endgame on veteran difficulty. And the price of war, complete the single player campaign on hardened or veteran difficulty. So yeah, that's pretty much the game. So that brings me to the second part of the platinum trophy, the no death run. But first, instantly after beating the game, I noticed that there was a new game mode called the museum, so I decided to play it. So I started walking around and noticed that each like stall was a different mission we played. I don't know why, but I just felt nostalgia, even though most of this stuff was from like 3 hours ago. So then I saw this red button and this happened. Do not hold square. Obviously I'm doing that. What the So I ended up looking at my trophy list and realized that pushing the button was actually a part of a trophy, so I went back and pushed the button again. Once I survived the attacks, I got the trophy. Hey, do not push this button. I'm pushing it every single time. I don't care. But now that this little thing is out of the way, I can actually start the no death run. Thankfully, this is not like Super Meat Boy where I need to complete every level without dying in a row. If I die while going through this run, I can always go back into mission select and select whatever mission I died on. And let me tell you, I definitely needed this feature. So basically, this would be nearly impossible on veteran difficulty because I might lose a few brain cells, so instead we play on recruit. But during this no death run, I was trying to be as efficient as possible, so I was going for all 45 collectibles in this run, mostly because my channel was low-key dying at this point. So while going through these missions, I will be following a guide to help me find all 45 collectibles. So when I started my no death run, I already died on the second mission of the game, and this would be my first of many. So basically I'm going to speed this part up a bit because I don't want this video to be an hour long and have all you guys fall asleep. So a quick recap, I basically died on every single mission, but thankfully I didn't die on the favelas mission, so I guess that's a bonus. But while going through these missions, I actually did get quite a few miscellaneous trophies. The first one is Knock Knock for killing 4 enemies with 4 shots during slow-mo breach. Claymore for killing 11 enemies using claymores and loose ends. Angel Savior for not getting my predator drone destroyed in contingency. Unnecessary roughness for using a riot shield to beat down an enemy. And finally Drive-By for killing 20 enemies in a row while driving a vehicle. And while I was approaching the end of the game, I realized something. 42, I missed one. I'm one behind. Oh no. So I missed one collectible and I didn't know which one I missed. I was getting worried that I might have to replay every single mission again just to find that one collectible because at the time I didn't know there was a way to check which collectible you missed. So when I beat the game for a second time, I started going through every single setting in the menu and looking for an indicator on which collectible I missed. I was losing hope, but then I saw this. Oh, takedown. This is the one I'm missing on intel on. It was at the start. No way, bro. The next day I loaded up the game with the excitement of finally getting this trophy after a long tedious collectible grind, and I headed into the mission takedown. There it is, the final intel. Leave no stone unturned, collect 45 enemy intel items. So all I had left to do for this step of the platinum trophy is to get the trophy Immortal for completing every single mission without dying. I headed back into the levels which I died on during the no death run, which there were like 8. I quickly finished those up and got the trophy. Let's go, Immortal! Oh my gosh. So that concludes the second step of the platinum trophy. The third step is the cleanup / the miscellaneous trophies, as every single trophy in this phase is miscellaneous. I still have so many trophies to get through, so let me speedrun some of the easier and more boring trophies. Precognitive paranoia for killing Shepard. Headbanger for killing an enemy with a grenade to the head. No rest for the wary for knifing an enemy without him ever knowing you were there. Target confirmed for instructing the honey badger to kill 80 enemies in Exodus. Bird hunter for destroying 10 choppers using the javelin launcher and of their own accord. And finally silent skies for destroying both BTRs without using the predator drones and wolverines. Now that I have some of the more boring trophies out of the way, I can actually start with some of the more interesting ones. We start all the way back in the first mission of the game, where for the trophy clown in training, I need to destroy 3 clowns around an army base with a sniper we pick up. The thing that makes this trophy hard is that you only get 3 shots in the sniper, so if you miss a shot, you need to restart. Thankfully with my godly sniper aim, I didn't miss a single shot, even though the final clown was pretty challenging. There we go, clown in training. In the next mission, we try to go for one of the hardest trophies in the game, the real gun game, for completing any mission without reloading a weapon. So once I run out of bullets, my gun is basically useless. I chose this mission in particular because there's so many enemies which allowed me to pick up guns after they died. This was supposed to be a really challenging trophy, but with some decent strategy, I think this trophy can be easily achieved. Yes, the real gun game. For the trophy Desperado, I need to kill 5 enemies in a row using 5 different weapons. I decided to load up this mission because in this area, there's over 10 plus guns just sitting on the floor. So to get this trophy, I would kill someone, switch guns, kill another person, switch guns, and so on. So after doing this for only 30 seconds, I got the trophy. Oh, let's go. For the trophy Look My 2 Hands, I need to kill 10 enemies in a row using akimbo weapons. Akimbo weapons are basically dual wielded weapons. Knowing where some akimbo weapons could be, I headed into the mission takedown. I finally found the guns after almost the entire mission. Finding the guns should have been the hard part, but when I went for the 10 kills, there were only 8 people left in the entire mission, so I had to restart. During my second run, I knew that I had to keep some people alive before I actually got the guns, so I sprinted into the room where the guns were, and once I got my 10 kills, I got the trophy. Let's go, took my 2 hands. I'm almost dead, but I did it. For the trophy Hot Potato, I needed to destroy the helicopter using frag grenades in the Only Day Was Yesterday mission. Basically, during this mission, this attacked helicopter shows up, and normally you're supposed to destroy it with an RPG, but for this trophy, I need to destroy it using some grenades. This actually took quite a bit of skill because you need perfect timing. You can see in some of these clips I get so close to the helicopter, but it just doesn't want to go down. What? You're telling me that I didn't blow it up? Come on. What? I threw it over him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go! Hot Potato, destroy the helicopter using frag grenades in the Only Easy Day Was Yesterday mission. But now that leaves us with only 2 trophies before the platinum, and they are Pit Boss and the hardest trophy in the game, the Student Surpasses the Master. These 2 trophies are connected to each other as they are both attained in the pit, which is where I started my platinum journey. For the trophy Pit Boss, I was gonna need to beat the pit in under 30 seconds. This was looking promising so far, as on my first run, I got a score of 31.5 seconds, and then on my next run, 33.5. And only on my third attempt, this happened. 30 seconds, 29.5. So for our final trophy before the platinum, I needed to beat the pit in a shocking 19.7 seconds. And so far, it was not looking good. So I searched up a tutorial and I learned how powerful this accuracy meter is. It isn't about how fast you go, it's about hitting your shots. So I learned special lineups which made me hit 2 enemies with 1 bullet. On my next try, I went super slow and surprisingly got 28.75 seconds, making it my new record. So I practiced these lineups for over 15 minutes and I was making slow but steady progress towards the 19.7 second mark. I even got a time of 22.9 seconds, which was honestly crazy at the time. So this is my sign to actually go full tryhard mode. And on my first attempt, this happened. Wait, this could be it. Holy crap, that was fast. 19.7, wait. I tied it! No way. The trophy's beating the time. If I was 0.01 milliseconds. Holy crap. Yeah, honestly, what are the chances of that? This is the type of stuff you only see on the Sammy Plams YouTube channel. So I continued practicing and not really being able to have a run similar to that last one until this happened. Could still be the one. 19.5.15. The Student Surpasses beat BX time. Is that all you got? The platinum trophy. Holy crap, man, this is such a good game. If you guys enjoyed this video, you guys should definitely check out these 2 videos on the screen. They're certified bangers.